Welcome back to the YouTube channel. I'm Nick from Australia. Welcome to the Rugby League Breakdown Podcast, episode number 66 for your Wednesday night, September 21st, 2022. What a night this is going to be. The podcast is here. We have got all our CHAMPA and ProEnzo Vidz in the house. CHAMPA, how are you, my friend?
I'm doing well, Nick. Lorenzo, great to see you. And I'm great to be back doing the Breakdown podcast. Man, what two games we have coming up soon. I'm so excited for this round of footy, this finals round. And I'm keen to do this podcast, guys. In the chat, you don't want to miss a thing. You do not want to miss a thing.
The preliminary sexy finals. I can't wait. And I'm also joined by the great ProEnzo Vidz. Mr. Lorenzo, how are you, my friend?
Going really well, Nick, and hope the chat's going well as well. And good to see you back, CHAMPA, this week. Like you boys said, I think the preliminary finals gonna be big this weekend. Can't wait for the both two games coming up this week. Big week of footy, cannot wait.
I cannot wait for this weekend. Friday night is it's giving me all these goosebumps, boys. Genuinely nervous. I just can't wait for Friday night to come around. Can the mighty Cowboys get into the grand final? If we don't win, I am probably going to cry. I'm not going to lie. If we win, I'm still probably going to cry of happiness. So we'll find out Friday night, but obviously we'll get into the preview later on in the show. But hope everyone's doing well in the live chat. We've got 20 people here as we speak. It's good to see the crowd building up for the Breakdown Podcast, episode number 66. Absolutely fantastic achievement. 66 episodes of the podcast, can't complain. Hello to Jason Reader. Hello to SS Storm fan, Luke Melbourne Storm fan. Cody Games PlayStation, the great Sam Revel is involved in the chat. Hello, Sam. Hello to Warriors in our Fanatics. Hello, Fanatics. Faraz Alam is here. Electrical Dust, let's go Bulldogs. The iconic ringer, Paddy G, is in the live chat as well.
Paddy.
Love me some Paddy G. TJC Sports is here. Who else is here? The chat's looking good for this beautiful Wednesday night.
Quick shout out to CJ Moxley for graduating today.
Oh, yeah, CJ's in the chat too. Congratulations, CJ. Congratulations.
He's a man. He's
Hello to
officially a man.
Paripi as well. Hello, Paripi. All right. We got a good show ahead for tonight. We got the topics ready. I've had a crazy day, boys. I had to work 8 o'clock to 4 o'clock today. So I might be a bit down on stamina, but the energy continues, boys. The energy continues. It takes a lot to wear the bear out, and the bear continues to provide for the people that tune into the channel. So,
mate, your team's in the preliminary final. Come on.
Mate, honestly, there's more chance of me getting attacked by an octopus than me missing the show tonight.
Let's go.
All right. Let's get into the topics, boys. Let's go.
Let's do it. Come on.
Topic number 5, ladies and gentlemen. Corey Oates has re-signed with the Broncos for another year. He will be at the Broncos for 2023. After 2023, who knows for Corey Oates? I guess we won't know until then. The Broncos needed to re-sign Corey Oates because he's a very valuable part of the Broncos side. He's probably the best outside back based off this year. Start with you first, ProEnzo Vidz. What do you make of this Corey Oates re-signing with the Broncos?
If you're a Broncos fan, you should be over the moon about this. I think Corey Oates is a fantastic winger. We've seen for many years now how consistent he is for that club and scores tries nearly every week when he plays. There was obviously a patch where he, sort of stopped finding his best form, but this year again he's found his best in 2022, and I think he definitely deserves to be rewarded with a new contract. Obviously, Oates and Cobbo probably the most informed winger combination all year, in my opinion. I think them two have done great. So keeping Oates around for a little bit longer is probably good for the Broncos, and it's good for experience-wise too. So it's a great decision by the Brisbane Broncos.
I think the other thing too with Corey Oates is he lost his love for the game for a while there when Brisbane, were playing, that wooden spoon and they were trying to rebuild and whatnot. They were going terrible. Oates lost his love for the game, and there were parts where he was getting dropped to the Queensland Cup, and I'm like, he's just going to retire or he's going to leave to another club. But he has had he's had a resurgence this year. He's reborn. He's bounced back. Good on him. That's all I can say. Good on Oates. I think he's a weapon. Top 5 winger in the game based off this year. CHAMPA, what are your thoughts on Corey Oates resigning with Broncos for another year?
Yeah, boys, look, I have to agree. I feel like this is a fantastic signing for Brisbane. And I'll be honest to say this right now, Corey Oates made me eat my words. I mean, I never had huge raps on him. I always thought he was a C tier winger at best. But this year he's proven me wrong. I feel like he's been one of the best informed wingers in the comp right now, and him and Cobber make a very deadly combination. And look, I'm just excited to see where this goes because Brisbane, and not the ending they wanted this season, but they could take some optimism that Corey Oates is now re-signed with the club, and honestly, this is going to strengthen their backline even more. So I'm a big fan of it.
Yeah, look, I think the other thing with Corey Oates as well, he adds a lot of experience. He adds a lot of, he makes the Broncos a better team, and I'm glad he's staying at Brisbane. Honestly, boys, it would not look right if he wasn't at the Broncos. If he was at a different team, just the thought of seeing Corey Oates in a different jersey just wouldn't feel right with me.
Yeah, even if it was another Queensland team like Dolphins or Titans or even your Cowboys, he looks so good in a Brisbane jersey.
Boys, I'm still trying to get used to Adam Reynolds in a Broncos jersey. He still doesn't sit right with me. It just feels weird. It just looks weird, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's a bit like bit like Cronk to the Roosters as well, sort of like that.
Yeah, that just didn't look
weird.
Right. That was Marshall in anything else but a Tigers jersey. It just didn't look right to me.
Yeah,
he looked all right in the Dragons jersey just because of the colour, because it stood out. But he's a Tiger. He's a Tiger.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we all agree that this is a great move from Brisbane to re-sign some experience, and Oates is a gun. So good on him. Good on Corey Oates. And he has earned that contract too.
Exactly. I agree.
All right, let's move on, boys. Topic number 4. Well, did Cronulla waste their season? They finished second. They had a great year in the regular season. They got to the finals, and they folded quicker than the North Sydney Bears did. They were horrible. They won 18 games this season and lost 6. Yes, it's a pass mark. Yes, it's a successful season. But how can you fucking win 18 games and not win one final? They lost to the Cowboys. That we were all there. We were all there at that game. Best night ever. That was insane. They led by 8 with about 7 to go, and they blew it. And they played South on the weekend at Allianz, and they got absolutely blown off the park. I think they have wasted their season, boys. 18 wins, yet you don't win a finals game. They've wasted their season, in my opinion.
Yeah, look, I think I agree with you there, Nick. It just shows that anything can happen in the NRL, and this blew under the Sharks' nose. Was it in terms of they were just too cocky or too confident? Did they just see that they were unbeatable? Because I honestly thought that when they lost to the Cowboys, they thought, we'll breeze through South easy.
Yeah.
It didn't happen. And yeah, like you said, 18 wins with only 6 losses from coming from a team that didn't even make the finals last year to finishing second. It's a pass mark season, but you got to follow up. You got to follow that season up with a good run in the finals, or else nobody remembers the season you had before. They only remember the finals and how you finished it.
Exactly. No one's going to give a fuck about next year. The Sharks won 18 games. No one's going to care.
Exactly. Because, yeah, you finished second this year, but you couldn't even make it past week 2. What does that second place even mean? Seriously.
The last time a team finished second on the ladder and went out in straight sets was Penrith in 2010. They had a great breakout year in 2010, and I think they lost to Canberra
and Titans.
I think
was it Titans or Roosters?
No. Hang on, 2010. They lost to Penrith, and then I think the Tigers beat them.
No, not the Tigers. It was the Titans because we faced Canberra after the Roosters match.
I can't
2010.
even remember. Oh, the Roosters beat them. That's right. Yeah,
it
the
would've been
Roosters.
that.
Yeah.
They flogged
Oh, it
them.
was the Roosters. Yeah.
That's
It was
right, I
either
remember
Roosters
that.
or Titans. I
No,
think
it
Titans
wasn't
managed.
Titans. No, it wasn't Titans because the Titans don't have any history. But anyway, the Sharks, boys, look, they had a favourable draw this year. They beat all the shit teams. They beat their run home. They beat Manly. They beat the Dogs. They beat Newcastle. They didn't really beat anyone great, and they, got their way into the finals. They played the Cowboys at Shark Park. They were up 8 with about 7 to go. Blew it, lost it, went to Golden Point. We all experienced the greatest ending ever. And the game against South, boys, they were never in that game against South. Their first 20 minutes were horrible. They were blown off the park.
Their mentality in that match was just
Ridiculous.
dead.
Bro,
There was no.
They look
urgency.
scared. They look scared.
I would agree. Yeah, too many errors, and I reckon Latrell and the Souths and the crowd as well all got into their heads.
ProEnzo, did the Sharks waste their season?
Oh, I mean, if you don't think so, then you're stupid because they have. I mean, finishing second on a record of 18 wins and 6 losses. I mean, you expect at least one win by a side that would finish with that record. So I think the Sharks have definitely bottled their season. They've definitely come under their tag of flat track bullies, in my opinion, because they only beat the teams that are mediocre or not great. So yeah, look, I said the Sharks will go to the grand final, but that won't happen anymore, obviously. So it's disappointing.
I think what Sharks can still take out is they had a good season. All right.
Yeah.
So they can use that. They can use some of that as inspiration for next year. But they gotta know, all right, if we're gonna have the similar season we had this year for next season, we gotta make sure we finish it up with a good final series. It's embarrassing. It makes you guys. They look like clowns.
Yeah, but boys, I've got to mention it now. Would you compare Cronulla this year to a bit like Manly last year? Beat all the shit teams, but when they played the top sides, they weren't able to match them.
Yeah, I think so. That's a fair comparison.
Yeah, in a way, yes, but
it's a fair comparison.
I think so. Now, look, Craig Fitzgibbon's press conference was interesting. He said a couple of things. He goes, you know who you are, that's stuffed up and all this. Players, defense wasn't good enough. Craig Fitzgibbon would be disappointed because obviously he's a real defensive coach. The Sharks' defense all year was very good, but it's just the big games, they didn't handle it well. But I got to say, it's a really good learning curve for Cronulla. I think they'll bounce back next year and they will be a very good side again next year. Whether they're better than what they were this year remains to be seen, but they should win a finals game next year and definitely learn from this, right? Surely.
Yeah, absolutely.
I reckon they should.
You'd bloody think so. But yeah,
well,
they wasted their season, bro. Nico Hines, look, we talk about Nico Hines being the buy of the year. And look, he probably is the buy of the year. But here's the thing, right? The game against the Cowboys, he was outstanding until Golden Point where he went missing when the game was on the line. And against Souths on the weekend, his kicking game was just wasn't there, was it?
I don't think anyone in that Sharks team against Souths was any good, really.
No.
Souths blew him off the park.
I mean, they had a few standouts. I thought Britt and Nakora tried hard on the weekend and whatnot, but I don't know, man. Cronulla, they just wasted their season, man. Like, you can't win 18 games, lose 6, and go out straight sets. That just shouldn't happen.
Yeah, never.
Well,
never.
we've seen many chokers like that in the past. It reminds me of the Roosters back in 2015. They choked pretty hard as well.
Yeah. It reminds me of Parramatta a couple of years ago where they made top 4 and they went out constantly straight sets.
2017.
Yeah.
2017 and I think it was 2020.
And
Those
2020.
Yeah. No, it's disappointing from Cronulla, man. I think they'll be back. I really do. I think next year they'll be back. Now, I know we can't talk about it now because it's completely unnecessary, but do you boys think the Sharks will be top 4 again next year, or do you think they fall off a little bit?
No, I reckon they will. They've got a strong side to finish top 4 again.
Yeah, they'll be amongst the top 4 somewhere.
Yeah, top 6 somewhere, like between 2nd and 6.
Yeah,
I think that's fair to say. Unless they lose someone important like Kennedy or,
Yeah.
or Hines
I mean,
or
look,
Moylan.
Look, obviously, it's way too early to even talk about next year, but realistically, what the Sharks did this year, what they will learn from the finals this year, they should realistically be top 6 next year.
Yeah, well, it
I
should
think
be.
that's a good prediction for them. Yeah.
Surely. Anyway, let's move on to the next part, which could get a little bit out of control, this topic, boys. Joseph Suwali, or Joseph Suwali'i, however the hell you pronounce it. I'm getting sick of pronouncing it. Pledges his allegiance to Samoa in the Rugby League World Cup. I thought he was going to play for Australia, but he's going to play for Samoa. Now, good on him for playing for Samoa. That's fine. But you know what my problem is, boys? If you're going to play for a Tier 1 or a Tier 2 nation, you shouldn't be allowed to play State of Origin. But we all know them rules. The whole thing is fucked.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
ProEnzo, Vidz, what do you think about Joseph Suwali is going to play for Samoa? Do you like it or what?
Look, I will say I do respect his decision, only because he's representing heritage, he's representing culture, which is obviously good for his name, and obviously that's a good thing as well. But as much as I want to see the rules be changed a bit with playing Origin and playing this sort of football as well, I want to see him make it to the one sort of place, not play 2 different or 3 different whatever other parts of footy. So. I really hope that Suwali'i or Suwali, hopefully he stays the one place like Samoa, for example. That's where he feels more committed to playing, and then doesn't play Origin. But I think he'll do well for Samoa. I think that's something that's good for him, and it's something that will make him a better player. I think playing around some guys like Paulo, all those names that like Crine will be there too apparently, so he'll be around some stars, so like it'll better him as well.
If Joseph Suwali plays for New South Wales next year if he plays for New South Wales next year but then played for Samoa in like a 4 Nations tournament, you wouldn't be okay with that, would you?
No, never. Never.
The rules need to change. I mean, we've spoken about it before. The rules need to change. But CHAMPA, do you have a different take on this? Suwali playing for Samoa, but then could play for New South Wales. Are you okay with that or no?
Look, you want my honest thoughts? I've given up on those rules. Honestly, it's no matter how many times we rant on about how the eligibility should work. I don't think it's changing. This is the future of the NRL now, and we're living in the era. But as for Suwali joining for Samoa, I think this strengthens Samoa much more now. Someone must have gone into his ear saying that you come to Samoa, you're going to play fullback. You play for Australia, you're going to play wing. And Suwali wants to play fullback. I mean, he played fullback against the Rabbitohs in the finals. Yeah, he wasn't that good, but he had a taste of fullback, and he's like, you know what, I want to be a starting fullback now.
Yeah.
So he gets that.
He doesn't have the creativity and the ball playing to be a fullback right now, but in a year or 2, he might.
I reckon he can as well.
You never know.
Look, I just had a look at their backline. As for Samoa, you got Suwali at fullback, you got To'o and May in the wing, Crichton and Tago, centers, Luai 5'8", Milford half, Paulo, Papali front row, Farmore Brown, hooker. Who else we got here? Yeah, I'm just having a look at their lineup. It's
Leilua in the back row.
Leilua's in the back row. Alaway at lock. Coming off the bench, you got the Hammer. You got Tapau. Yeah, the Hammer. That's the predicted lineup that Fox League has.
It's part of Samoan, actually.
Oh my god.
So look, Suwali in that side strengthens Samoa a lot, and it increases their chances of winning the World Cup. The problem I have is Tonga and Samoa are too powerful now to be considered Tier 2 nations. They need to be considered Tier 1 by now.
Yeah, 100%.
These teams are beating England, New Zealand, and Australia, who are Tier 1 nations. And
is Hamoli Olakau'atu Tongan or Samoan?
Tonga.
Okay, I wasn't too sure on that one.
But then again, this proves my point. They're in the same sort of region as teams like Cook Islands and Papua New Guinea, which, don't get me wrong, they're good sides, but they're nothing compared to Tonga and Samoa. Tonga and Samoa should be Tier 1 nations, in my opinion.
100% they should be.
I agree on that.
I actually heard a rumor that after the World Cup's over, they're going to change the rules because the rules have been too fucking annoying for everyone. And a lot of clubs are not sure on the rules either. So they definitely need to change it. Fix it up.
But yeah, it's gonna be a bit interesting if he is considered he's considered to be in the Origin side next year. Because looking at the Samoan side, you already got 6 or so Origin players in there that played Origin this year.
It's
So
ridiculous.
I've got no problem with Joseph Sawali playing for Samoa, but I just don't like how he can play for Samoa then play Origin. It's the same as Luai and Toto and Crichton. We spoke about that earlier in the year when that whole thing was going ahead. It's not fair.
Commit to one only.
Yeah, he should just commit to one. He shouldn't commit to both.
Just real quick. I predicted Sawali to be the winger for Australia. Who do you think takes that spot now? Because I know Alex Johnson's got one side. You give it to
Alex Johnson can't play for Australia, bro. He can't play for Australia.
Play for PNG.
That's right.
Because the rule is because Alex Johnson played for Papua New Guinea during the rep round back in July or June or whatever month it was. He can't play for Australia now. He can't change.
So why can't that rule apply for the Samoan players?
Oh, I don't know. See what I mean? Rugby league politics. We don't know.
Yeah.
I would say the Kangaroos' back line would be Tedesco would be at fullback. The wing is, I think Addo Carr's on one wing.
Yeah.
I think Corey Oates might be on the other one.
Ooh,
And then the centers, I mean, you got to go with Valentine Holmes, right?
Yeah.
And
I put Latrell Mitchell in the other center.
Latrell and Val in the centers.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good back line.
Pretty good. That's pretty
That's
good.
a good back line.
And then on the wing, what you got? Oates and Addo Carr, maybe.
Yeah.
That's
You got strength on one side and you got speed on the other side. Holy fuck.
You've also got guys like Nick Kotrick. He could play for Australia.
Ooh, yeah, he's been in good form lately. Yeah.
Daniel Tupou, I'm not sure if he's playing for Australia or Tonga. I got no idea.
Sure.
There's plenty of options out there, bro. But I'll tell you one thing before we move on. Australia's getting really fucking skinny in the forward pack.
Yeah.
No Haas.
Yeah.
Big.
Haas is out. They're losing forwards, bro. Australia's losing forwards.
Josh Papali'i, if he is going to play for Samoa, that's another forward going for them.
Matt Lodge to be the Kangaroos prop. Is it going to happen?
No, I hope not.
They say it's almost like it's this. It's so close to being confirmed.
I honestly wouldn't have a problem if Matt Lodge was in the squad at all. I wouldn't have a problem with it.
Not starting though, in the squad.
I mean, he's been really good at the Roosters. So
that's the Roosters. But yeah. No, we'll find out anyway, boys. We'll find out soon enough. Yep. All right. Topic number 2. Are the NRL media disrespecting the Cowboys' premiership chances? Now, if you've been watching NRL 360 and all the Fox shows and all of the media all week about Cowboys Eels, I'm telling you, there has been no talk about the Cowboys. Everyone keeps talking about Parramatta. I'm telling you, boys, I've been looking at this all week. I have heard nothing about the Cowboys. It's all Parramatta. Can they break the drought since 86? Can they get into a grand final? I'm telling you, I don't want to sound like a conspiracy theorist here, but the NRL, they are praying for a Parramatta Penrith grand final. They want it. Yeah. They want it to happen. I'm telling you. There is a conspiracy. I'm telling you. They want this to happen. The Cowboys are in Townsville. They're at home. They've had no respect on their name, bro. The pressure's on the Eels now.
It is.
I wouldn't call it. I wouldn't call it disrespecting in a way. I think there's just more headlines to be made when you talk about Parramatta. The 36-year drought is a big one to talk about.
Is that all?
Well,
what about the fact the last time the Cowboys made the finals, they made the grand final, and that was in 2017.
Yeah.
Why are we talking about that? The first ever Cowboys finals game at the new stadium. Why are we talking about that?
To be fair, no one's talking about Penrith.
Because everyone expects them to win.
No one's talking about them.
No one's even talking about us.
The only teams I've been here to talk about is Latrell Mitchell and Salves. That's one big, huge topic. And Parramatta as well. I will admit the Cowboys haven't been getting a lot of headlines given to them, but
the praise.
So would you really see it as disrespect? You think they're intentionally trying to disrespect the Cowboys?
Well, why hasn't any show on Channel 9 or Fox spoken about us? I know 100% Footy spent maybe 5 minutes on us the other night because I watched the damn show. But,
5 minutes.
Yeah. Where's the respect for the team that finished third? One in Sydney against Cronulla in a very tough environment at Shark Park. They get a home prelim final for the first time ever. They're in Townsville. They've got the week off. Everyone thought would come last this year. We're in a fucking prelim. And let me just say this. That fat double chin cunt, Dean Ritchie, the NRL journalist, he come out today and said on the Big Sports Breakfast on Twitter, I saw this post. Shout out to Sam Rebel for actually sending me this. I don't think you should be playing a prelim final in Townsville. I think it's an unfair advantage. It's an unfair advantage. We built the stadium in Townsville.
It's a home ground.
It can fit more than 25,000 people. It's a quality capacity stadium. Dean Ritchie is nothing more than a fat biased cunt. You know what?
Well, I'm gonna say that is disrespect.
You know, fuck this. Go walk into the bathroom, get your toothpaste, brush the cunt in the toilet, and then put it in your mouth, you fat cunt.
I'll admit that is disrespect right there.
No, I'm fucking pissed off.
It's that's blatantly wrong. I mean,
unfair advantage, bro. We went to Cronulla. Was that a fair advantage for us? Fuck no. But we still got the job done.
Exactly.
Yeah, we had to play Cronulla at Shark Park, 12,000 people. We beat the cunts in Golden Point. We earn a week off, and it's unfair to play in Townsville. You know what? Get that fucking fat cunt a jet up to Townsville and let him experience the ground.
I really want to experience what Queensland Country Bank Stadium is like. I reckon it's a really good stadium.
He's probably upset that he lost too much money on the punt because he backed against us all year, the fat fuck.
He backed sponsors too much.
How's your bank account going, Dan Ritchie? You dead shit? What a wanker.
So, do you think anything's going to change? Like, coming close to the game, do you think they'll start talking more about the Cowboys then?
We're going to have to fucking make the grand final to get talked about it, and that's sad.
Yeah,
that's sad.
Yeah. Well, I will admit, I do feel like the Cowboys do deserve a bit more attention because, you know, this was a team that was so close to coming last year and didn't make the finals for 4 years, and they're in a prelim.
I'm about to lose it because I forgot to mention that other NRL journalist, Paul Crawley. He called us flat track bullies.
He's worse.
Wait, what did he say? What did he say?
He called us flat track bullies.
Crawl said that.
That makes no sense.
He called us flat track bullies.
That's not the right tag.
But when have you got? If I was going to think of a team that are bullies, I think Penrith.
So we haven't beat Penrith. Is that it? Is that all? We haven't beat Penrith. Is that all it is?
Yeah. Well, yeah. You guys have beat. Okay, look. Your form against the top four. You've been in Sharks and you've been in Para. So your chances are looking good this weekend.
You know what? Fuck this. Paul Crawley and Dean Ritchie. You know what they can do?
Yo.
They can go down to the gay community and they can touch each other with a fucking gay cunt.
Don't get the Breakdown podcast cancelled.
Snowflakes.
Well, you know what?
Snowflakes.
Typical.
The woke culture's coming after us now.
Fuck
they're fucking bullshit.
They already took over Manly. Now they got to take over the Breakdown podcast.
Nah, spit on their culture. Fuck them.
They can go and shove his tongues down their belly buttons. Dead set.
Oh, jeez.
That's sick.
Oh, man.
You know what? Let's move on because if we keep going, this is going to turn into the corner post.
The tips are going to look real good soon. I can't wait to get to the tips.
Let's go to topic number one, boys. Topic number one. Who's under the most pressure in the preliminary final this weekend? There's obviously 4 teams. Cowboys, Eels, Panthers, Souths. Who would you fellas say is under the most pressure this weekend?
Honestly, I'd go Parramatta. I'd honestly go Parramatta. Because, look, again, the 36-year drought is one thing that's getting mentioned a lot. So they're trying to sort of break the drought. And look at Parramatta's previous runs in the finals. They've always been the team that get knocked out quickly. And we always keep saying, is this the year that Parrot's going to do it? Is this the year that Parrot is actually going to win a grand final? We always say, do they have the team? Do they have the team? I reckon the team that Parramatta has right now is one of the best teams they've had in a while. And if they do not win, not only this weekend, but win the whole grand final, I don't see them winning in the next 5 to 10 years. It's now or never for Parramatta.
Yeah, it's now or never. It's now or never.
Because they've had too many chances. Brad Arthur's had too many chances. And look, the team they have right now, there's no reason for them to lose. They need to win. All right. All they're playing for now is for dignity. All right. Are they really going to be looked at as the team who could never reach to their next level? Or are they actually going to step up for once, break the drought, and show everyone and all the haters that, yes, Parramatta is a top team and they can win a grand final?
What about you, ProEnzo? So obviously, CHAMPA reckons the Eels. Who do you reckon?
Yeah, look, I think I could go the same, Parramatta, because they've been in this situation for a long time now, been in the finals for the past couple of years, and they've kind of failed to fire any shots, really, you know. Pretty disappointing when they have such a class sort of team, you know. By now, you would have thought that they'd make a grand final would be somewhere around that premiership sort of, around the premiership at least. So I think for me, Parramatta, I expected to do so much, especially after their drought of a premiership for such a long time. So I think for me, Parramatta are the most under pressure team. They need a pressure team, I should say. So we'll see how they go this week.
I'm gonna respectfully disagree with you both.
Oh.
I think it's Penrith, and I'll tell you why. Everybody is declaring Penrith in the grand final. Who's going to play Penrith in the grand final? Boys, dude, it's so hard to go back to back. It really is. The Roosters are the only team to do it since the 92-93 Broncos. Penrith had the week off. They've got so many Origin players. They've got Toto, Crichton, Luai, Cleary, Martin, Yo, Coruscant. Leota's on the verge of Origin. Tago will probably play Origin next year. They've got so much pressure. Yeah, they won the comp last year. But if they don't beat Souths, they're going to look like the biggest fuckwits of the weekend, I reckon. If the Eels win and the Rabbitohs win and we get an Eels-Rabbitohs grand final, who's going to look more of a fail? Panthers or Cowboys? Easily Penrith, right?
Oh,
easily.
Yeah, because
I see the point you're trying to make there, yeah.
If it ends up Cowboys and Rabbitohs grand final, Parramatta will have expectation as well, but Penrith, bro, they won the comp last year. Everyone thinks they'll go back-to-back. No one thinks that they'll lose the grand final. No one thinks they'll lose this game. They had the week off. They're fresh as a daisy. Souths have got a few players that have got a few injuries and whatnot, a few niggles. Bro, Penrith, they're supposed to be the next dominant team like Melbourne for the next 5-10 years. If Penrith don't win, it's ridiculous. The pressure's on Penrith, bro. That they have to win this weekend, otherwise it's a fail.
They could choke like Melbourne last year. You never know.
I hope they do. Cowboys South grand final.
They were expected to do as well last year. So
Cowboys South grand final, me versus my mum. Fuck me, dead. I'm getting slapped in the face. I don't know. But yeah, I reckon Penrith are the most under pressure this weekend, boys. I really do.
Yeah, fair enough.
I really do. All right, just want to go to live chat for a moment. The Final Siren podcast has donated $5. See you tomorrow, Nick. Yes, tomorrow night, guys. I don't know what time. I've got to talk to him about it on Instagram later on tonight. I will be on the final Siren podcast tomorrow night at some stage. I don't know what time, but I'll be talking some
Not bad.
later on. So tomorrow night, make sure you guys tune in the final Siren podcast. But
Nice.
fellas, it's time.
Bring it on, eh?
Let's go.
It's time for the Breakdown Podcast game show, ladies and gentlemen. And I just want to go to the Sergeant over here. Here it is, Sergeant Jinder. He has just got the odds for me. And the odds are unbelievable. Via Nickbet. ProEnzo Vidz is $1.20. All that CHAMPA is $69.
Wow.
The fuck comes up with that?
$69 for all that
That's
CHAMPA.
incredible.
Unbelievable odds.
That's incredible. Absolutely incredible.
What? How am I $69?
Be thankful you got $69.
$69.
It's a good number. Be thankful for that.
Oi,
Whoa.
the Sergeant Jinder over here has got it at $69 for all that CHAMPA. Unbelievable odds.
Oh,
It's not a bad
Jinder.
start.
Jinder, we're supposed to be calling
Hey, it's Sergeant Jinder. Show your respect to him.
Oh my god,
You're
Jinder
lucky.
Shredder.
You're lucky it wasn't $169. I'm telling you, he's not. The reason why you're $69, he said that he's very disappointed with how you've been performing.
Wow.
Wow. All right.
All right. ProEnzo Vidz $1.20. All that CHAMPA $69. Juicy odds. If you like CHAMPA, you chuck 10 on him, you win $669. So get on him.
Yes. Come on, guys. $69. That's my lucky number.
That is beautiful, beautiful odds. And
Well,
ProEnzo
we'll see.
ProEnzo Vidz is like Penrith. No one thinks he'll lose.
Pretty much.
Uh.
We'll see. We'll see.
And all that CHAMPA's like the West Tigers.
Oh, fuck you.
All right. As everyone would know by now, first one to get 3 questions right wins. The first, obviously, I'll be asking the random questions in the live chat. The other thing I want to mention as well, boys, just a couple of rules we created last week. If you answer, if you say a name, you have to wait until the next person says someone. So you can't just have 2 or 3 guesses in a row. You got to wait. So if CHAMPA says 26-24, ProEnzo Vidz goes next no matter what.
Okay.
All right.
So I think that's the way to do it. All right. Question 1, fellas. Friday night between the Cowboys and the Eels in the preliminary final. Who is one of the touch judge officials?
Oh, fuck me dead.
Touch judge
I
official.
don't even know any of the touch charges.
Belinda Sharp.
Belinda Sharp is incorrect. ProEnzo? CHAMPA, I mean, sorry. It might be a hard question for you. I don't know if you will get it.
Yeah, I don't know.
Adam G.
Adam G is incorrect.
G.
Chris Butler.
Wrong.
I don't know.
His the first letter of his name is D, and the last letter of his name is M. D-M. Do you want a different question?
Dean Mariner?
No.
No.
I just made up that name.
The answer was Dave Munro.
Dave Munro. Who the fuck is that?
See, I wasn't sure if you guys would know that. It was a tough question. Apologies, boys. All right. Cowboys Eels question, righto, for this weekend. Fellas, last time the Cowboys and Eels played in Sydney, oh, no, not Sydney, sorry. Yeah. Actually, yeah, okay. Last time the Eels and Cowboys played in Sydney, what was the score?
Oh, it was Eels 30 points out of 10 or something.
You're on track, but you're incorrect.
34-6 Eels.
I'll give you a clue. Parramatta 42, Cowboys what?
42-10.
Incorrect.
16.
Incorrect.
42-12.
Incorrect.
18.
Incorrect.
42-8.
Incorrect.
6.
Incorrect.
42-0.
Incorrect.
4.
42-4, that is correct.
Yes.
Ah, fuck off.
Yes.
All right, next question. Come on. Let's keep the game running.
Yeah, bear with me, mate. Bear with me.
Let's go.
For some reason, I haven't got the fucking the scoreboard system up on my end. Apologies, boys. Didn't even realise. Fuck me, Dad. Didn't even realise that. Apologies. Just a slide. Difficult there. All right, 1-0 in favour of ProEnzo Vidz. My computer wants to play up on me for some fucking reason. Oh, here we go. Boom, there we go. 1-0 ProEnzo Vidz over all that champ. Bugger me. All right, next question. Boys, what was the score in the grand final between Penrith and South Sydney last year?
Oh, it's 14-12.
Oh, well done.
He beat me to it.
It was too quick.
Come on, Champa.
He beat me to it. It's that rule you made. As soon as I heard him talking, I had to be quiet.
Champa,
if you say something.
If you lose this game 3-0,
no, it wasn't even my fault. I had the answer right. He just came quickly and said it.
Yeah,
your odds would go from $69 to about $169 by next week.
All right, next question.
Champa just got called useless in the chat. Ouch.
By who?
A guy named Faraz?
Yeah, I'll take on Faraz any day in this game show. Fucking.
All right. I'll try to give you an easier question. Boys, Cowboys Eels game this weekend. Who is wearing jersey number 21 for the Cowboys?
Tom Chester.
That is incorrect.
Ooh,
Champa?
What's his name? Fuck.
Come on, give me a name.
Sean Russell? Fucking hell.
Sean Russell and the Cowboys? Where are you coming from?
Oh, you say Cowboys or Eels?
Cowboys.
Oh, Cowboys. Fuck, my bad. I thought you said Eels.
We'll go again. Go on. I'll give you another go. Go on.
Fucking hell. I'm trying to think now.
Tick tock.
I don't know.
Give me a name.
Gilbert?
No, Gilbert's in the starting side. Come on, ProEnzo.
Ben Hampton.
No. Jersey number 21.
Jake Granville?
No.
You got a first name for it?
Ben Condon.
No. Come on, Champa. I'll give you a clue. He's played through a few clubs.
Few clubs.
Champa, come on. It's not your turn, ProEnzo.
Yeah.
He's played for a few clubs.
Gotta wait.
Can we get a hint of what club he played for?
He did play for Manly for a while. ProEnzo knows who it is. ProEnzo knows it, but he can't say it. We got a live chat has just revealed it. It was Brendan Elliott. That person.
Come on.
You know what? The Qualifying Podcast revealed it, and I'm sorry. I'm going on there tomorrow night, but the rules are the rules. You're banned for 5 minutes.
Fucking hell.
I'm going on there tomorrow night, and they just revealed it. Why would you do that?
Fucking ruin my win there. Fucking.
Brendan Elliott was the answer. Champ, I don't know if you would have got that.
No, I was thinking I was close.
When you said journeyman, I just knew.
Yeah, you knew when I said journeyman, Lorenzo.
I just knew. Fuck.
All right. For us, no, you idiot. All right. Next question. Fellas. Who is wearing jersey number 17 for the Rabbitohs this weekend?
Davey Mawali? Is that how you say his name?
No.
Hame Sele?
No. He hasn't been in the team much as of late, but he's a very handy player. Come on, Champa, it's your turn.
Fuck. Burgess?
No, Burgess is suspended.
Is it Jed Cartwright?
Yes, that's correct, Jed Cartwright.
I thought so. Oh,
3-0,
baby. 3-0.
Champa looks so disgusted with himself.
Oh, mate.
Champa.
Whatever.
Oh!
Oh, no.
Boys, the odds next week are going to be horrible. They're going to be so bad.
And by the way, if Razalam is still in the live chat, go fuck yourself.
Yeah. All right. Let's get into the preliminary finals preview, eh, boys? Fucking hell. I can't wait for this weekend. Boys, Friday night, preliminary final, up in Townsville, Queensland, Country Bank Stadium, kick-off at 7:50 p.m. Cowboys, Eels.
Wow.
Who's going to the grand final? Cowboys $1.70, Eels at $2.15. Champa, who wins this game on Friday night? And give me a margin and a first try scorer.
Look, I'm still going to stick with my premiership favourites. Sorry, Nick, but I'm going for I'm going for the Eels on this one.
Oh, no.
Sorry, you guys have had a good season, but I'm staying on my premiership favourites. Okay.
Oh dear.
Sorry.
What's he going to say when he comes back?
I want to thank you for your service to the podcast. You've been
fuck off. I had to. All right. It was a tough decision, but I'm going Parramatta. I'm going Parramatta on this one. By 4 points. It's going to be a tight game.
I will probably end up getting depression if that happens.
So there, boys?
Oh, there we go. Fucking hell.
All right.
What happens?
Anyway, I said, Parramatta by 4 points. And anytime try scorer, I'm gonna go with with Paulo. That's gonna be terrible, eh? Big front row, boom, straight in.
Fucking hell, that'll piss me right off. I'll tell you what, if the Eels do win, I won't be in a good mood, man. I'll tell you right now. ProEnzo Vidz, what do you reckon, Cowboys and Eels?
Yeah, I'm tipping the Cowboys to make the grand final this year. I think they're going to have a good win over the Eels in Townsville. And I'm going to tip the Cowboys by 6. And my anytime try scorer is going to be Tom Gilbert in the back row.
Tom Gilbert for an anytime try? Wow, really?
Yeah, I think he's due.
Wow. Wow, what a game, boys. It's going to be a cracking game on Friday night. I'm just trying to read the chat. Someone just bring back Sam. What the fuck? Sam's unavailable. Come on, boys. Leave Champa alone. Don't be picking on Champa like that. That's just fucked.
No, I love Champa.
Champa's a legend. Champa's about to explode, I think. Fucking Jesus Christ.
Yeah, come on.
Obviously, I'm backing the Cowboys in, boys. I think we'll win. I'll go the Cowboys by 10, 24 points to 14. First try scorer. I'm going to go with Jeremiah Nanai and Valentine Holmes to get a double, boys. Val will kill Penasini on Friday night.
Yeah, I think he'll go have a good game.
It's going to be a good one.
And Saturday night, obviously, me and Lorenzo got the Cowboys in the grand final, and Champa reckons the Eels will get through, which will just break my heart. I'll be broken if it happens. Penrith, Souths, last year's grand final, meeting in the preliminary final the following year. What a game this will be on Saturday night at Cool Stadium. Kick off at 7:50. Panthers, Rabbitohs. Sorry about the background noise, fellas. Penrith, $1.35. Souths at $3.10. What do you reckon, Champa? Penrith and Souths.
Fuck. Yeah, thinking about this game, I always have a thought South has a sneaky suspicion of upsetting Penrith, but I got to be realistic here, and I think Penrith's going to win. Penrith by 12 points. Anytime try score, I'm going to go with Tago.
Isaac Tago. Nice.
Wow.
ProEnzo Vidz.
Yeah, look, I think the Panthers will be a bit too good for the Souths on Saturday night. I think they'll have just a bit of above class there, and I think Panthers will win by about 10 points. And I'm going to go with anytime try scorer. Going to go with tough one, but I'm going to do it Edwards anytime. Do it Edwards anytime.
Apologies, boys. Sorry about that.
No, it's all good.
Continue, Mr. ProEnzo.
Yeah, I said Panthers by 10. Should be a bit too good, and I've got Dylan Edwards for anytime try scorer.
I'm going Penrith by 26 points.
Wow, 26 points.
I reckon the Panthers will win 32-6.
Oh,
I think Souths are going to get absolutely destroyed. Penrith by a lot. I'll go 32 points to 6 Penrith. First try scorer. I'm going to go with Liam Martin there in the back row to score the first try of the game. And man of the match, I think the man of the match is going to be Isaiah Yeo in the middle. Isaiah Yeo to be player of the match.
Yeah, wow.
One moment. We've just got a apology donation here from the Final Sign podcast. Here's another $4 for me accidentally revealing the answer. Sorry, everyone. Haven't been on here for a while and forgot the rules. That's all good. I'm glad you served your band well. If you're gonna do the crime, then you got to do the time. This is how it works around here. But boys, I've got a Cowboys Panthers grand final. ProEnzo's got a Cowboys Panthers grand final, and Champa's got a boring Panthers Eels grand final.
Oh man, the media's gonna talk that up so hard if that happens. Battle of the West.
The NRL won it, so they'll fucking pay their way to do it.
Oh jeez.
But breaking news, hang on first. Constable Jinder has just sent me a text message, and he says Cowboys set to be robbed Friday night.
Oh
no!
Imagine that. Guess what?
Picture?
That's bad karma for Cowboys Tigers.
Oh yeah.
We'll just start.
At least we're in a prelim.
Wait.
Grant Atkins is a referee too, so I'm very concerned.
Oh, Jesus.
He's a horrible referee.
Do you know who's in the bunker?
Adam G.
Oh, okay, you're safe there. Because if it was
the touch judge statues for the weekend. Dave Munro and some guy named Michael Wise. Is he a wise man? He's probably a poofter.
Probably. Who were disciples? I don't know.
And the referees for the Penrith and Souths game is Ashley Klein. The bunker official is Jared Sutton.
Oh, fuck that idiot.
And the touch judges is Phil Henderson. Sounds like some guy from the fucking ocean. And Drew Ultram, some guy from the fucking Sydney fucking railway strike.
Trollman.
Trollman.
Drew Ultram. What
kind of name is that?
Does he work in the trams or something? Fucking hell.
He works at the Sydney train strikes.
Yeah, probably.
All right, fellas,
that's
going to wrap up the Rugby League Breakdown podcast for episode number 66. It's been a great show, boys. Thanks for a great night.
Yeah, no worries. Great show.
Thanks for having us on, bro. Great show.
Next week's
going to be big.
Yeah, the grand final show next week's going to be huge.
Wow.
Oh, man. It's going to be good.
Looking forward to it. Anyway, boys, enjoy your night, and I'll be back tomorrow night for another stream. Plus, I'll be on the Final Sign podcast tomorrow night as well at some point.
All right.
I'm not sure what
that's us, bro.
All right. We're getting out of here, and to finish off the show, we're just going to play the intro for you guys because it's such a quality and elite intro. Anyway, like, subscribe, share around. Have a good night.
Good night, fellas.
Bye, man.